In the night sky over the US Capitol, a camera caught the collision in midair. There was an explosion as a passenger plane collided with a Black Hawk military helicopter. The American Airlines flight from Wichita in Kansas had been on its final approach to Ronald Reagan National. Audio from air traffic control reflects a confusion between the tower and the helicopter.
Did you see that? 472. American 3130, go around, turn left end 250, climb maintain 3000.
The flight tracker of the plane shows it descending from 400 feet to zero. The aircraft were above the Potomac River when they collided. It now is the focus of a frantic search for survivors in freezing conditions.
So it's a highly complex operation. The conditions out there are extremely rough for the responders. It's cold. They're dealing with relatively windy conditions. Wind is hard out on the river. So they're out there working. We're doing everything we can to keep them safe.
It is a rescue effort that, as time passes, takes place more in hope than expectation.
You know, when one person dies, it's a tragedy, but when many, many, many people die, it's an unbearable sorrow. It's a heartbreak beyond measure.
American Airlines Flight 5342 left Wichita in Kansas at 5:22 Central U.S. time, bound for Ronald Reagan National Airport in Washington, D.C. The helicopter was an Army UH-60 Black Hawk. It had 3 military personnel on board. The rescue effort was visible from the Washington Airport terminal. All flights in and out of here have been grounded as relatives and friends arrive to be briefed on developments by airport officials. Tell me again, sir, who was on the flight that you know of?
My daughter's best friend and her mom.
And who had been traveling to DC, obviously, for what purpose?
She was on a athletic trip. She was on an athletic trip, yeah.
And based in Kansas, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
And what do you think of what you've heard?
I haven't heard much. I got off work and I came straight here to be with my friends. So.
Yeah. A time of great distress.
Yeah, thank you.
The circumstances of this effort on the Potomac River could scarcely be more challenging. Divers and rescuers in inflatables are conducting a search in aircraft wreckage that lies upside down in icy water. In Washington, D.C., this is a tragedy. Daylight will reveal its true scale. James Matthews, Sky News, in Washington, D.C.